Hey everyone. So I'm also going live on TikTok. Hi. So I'm going live on Instagram and TikTok right now because I'm an introvert, so I do not have the bandwidth to be hopping on 2 different live times. So we're doing this all at once, multitasking. I just wanted to hop on here and start talking about brain training. Hi, because I've been getting DMs and questions on my last videos on TikTok and on Instagram. And did I say fuck? That's so funny. Whoops. Yeah, Jersey jumped out. Oh, yes. Did you get the email from my assistant to send over to you? Hi. I'm on Instagram too, on live. But so hypnotherapy has been the most powerful method of retraining my brain, because essentially where we are now with your business, if you're building a business, or you're trying to hit 6 figures or multiple 6 figures, or like me and trying to hit your first 7 figures, then you need to be present, but you also need to be focused on the future. But you're not able to do that if you are caught in the past. So with hypnosis, you're able to cut the ties to your past so you could focus on the present and create your future. Yes, definitely. Book it soon. You should book it soon, because February's getting booked out, and so once February's booked, I won't have availability until the end of March. So my schedule has been been packed. So that's why I'm doing this multi lives, because I want to be on here to answer any questions that I'm not able to answer when I post my short videos, because you can only post so much in 60 or 30 seconds, and your Instagram post, even if I do a slideshow, there's still a lot. I have about 80 plus videos on my YouTube channel. If anyone has any, they just want to binge that. And the videos on my YouTube channel are also great for brain training. So if you want to get started brain training, start binging. Yes, I'm so glad you came. If you want to start brain training, start watching my videos on YouTube. My videos on YouTube are, I accidentally put some embedded commands there, so people start to feel better, start feeling motivated, start to take action, because the way that I speak, I no longer speak how I used to. So almost to have a conversation with me will create a change. To have a conversation with me will create a change. I can't help but to change you. I always focus on solutions now, so I'm solution centered. I'm not a therapist, and I'm not a coach. I really focus on subconscious and unconscious work, because that is where the true lasting transformations lie. So if you need strategy or anything like that, that's when you hire a coach. When you need to really check in with yourself and have a professional talk to you and keep you aligned, that's what a therapist is perfect for. A hypnotherapist is really is designed for you to cut the cords to your past, because you don't realize how little things from the past, like not winning a spelling bee, or getting lost in a supermarket and can't find your parents, can affect your business. And I've experienced this, and just last year, I saw over 200 one-on-one clients. And then I have thousands of people doing brain training in my programs. So when I talk, I'm not just talking about things I learned in my certification program, or things that I'm learning in grad school. I see people. I see actual real people that are making 6 figures. Hey, thanks for joining me. That are making 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and on their way to 7 figures or more. So I speak with real people and I work with real people. So when I give you advice, or when I post something, because I know it's going to work. So I won't waste your time with my accounts. I always post something that you can actually, to either shift your mind or your view, or to shift you into action. So that's what my focus is, because I spent years doing the mindset stuff and trying to stay focused and evolve spiritually, but I was still stuck and I couldn't figure out why. I'm following all these people, but it's like they just keep saying the same thing over again, or regurgitating each account, and and they kind of copy each other, and that doesn't help us. So for me, just by you following me, you're going to get a shift. That's my intention every time I post is to shift or change someone's life. That's it, period. Because I can't post unless it's going to help someone. If you told me, Juliet, you should shut down because it's not helping anyone, I'd be like, all right, let me just go and run my business. So I don't post just to show you guys my new hairstyle or my cute earrings. I post because I want you to shift. I post because I want to help more people. So my sessions, are on the higher end, so I can't take everyone as a client, but you can get a shift with my free content. And that is my focus. So that's why I post, so I can help more people. So all the videos that are now on my Instagram page, my reels and my posts, start using them. Get started. All the videos on my TikTok, start using them. Get started. All the videos on my YouTube, listen to them have them play in the background. Start reprogramming your brain. And the reason, thank you so much. Hey Vicky. The reason why I focus on the brain is because it's the center of everything. So when you start to shift your brain, you'll start to shift your mind, which will shift your body and will shift your soul. Because focusing and retraining my brain has made me more spiritual, has made me more emotionally intelligent, has made me more physically healthy. So if anyone tries to shortcut it or anything, or tell you not to do mindset work, that mindset work is not important for business, they're not looking at you the long term. Like, sure, the short term you can hustle fast, but people forget that hustling is short term. You can only hustle for so long, okay? But the problem is people get used to hustling. So the next step, so I just posted the first step, the second step. So if you look at my page, the first 2 videos, I posted to identify what's blocking you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Identify those blocks, call them out, say the name, what is it, right? And then you're going to start and you're going to look at where you've been working on. So I just posted the video about the logical levels of change that we learned as NLP practitioners. So most people, we start working on our behavior, our skills, our environment. Let me get this certification. Let me take this test. So many people, when I talk about my change, they think I did this change because I'm a hypnotherapist. So they need to become a hypnotherapist if they want to be successful. No, it doesn't matter where I trained, because they didn't teach who I am now in my certification training. I became who I am now because I worked on my identity, I worked on my beliefs and my values, and that is what's infused in my business, and that is why I'm successful. I could have gotten one of those $20 certifications for NLP, but if I did the same amount of work, then I would still have the same amount of success. So it doesn't really matter about your certification, it matters what's behind it. The knowledge doesn't actually bring you power. It's really action and application. That's true wisdom. So me seeing over 200 clients, real people, and creating these shifts is the knowledge and the application. And that's why I'm able to give you this wisdom now, today, because I did the work, not only on myself, but with other people. So because I took all that time and met with all those people and took those notes and saw what worked and what didn't, now I'm able to give you kind of a shortcut to your success. And so to get started, you first identify what's wrong. And you do that in every area of your life. You look at your life, you write down what's wrong with me physically, emotionally, mentally, everything. because we try so hard to separate everything. We try to separate our love life with our career, with our health, with everything. Hi. But it's all connected. Everything is connected. So once you realize that everything is connected, when you start to work on everything, creating alignment amongst everything, then that's when you see the shift. Instead of just working on one part of your life and you're not happy with another part, then it brings you down in the other part. Do you notice that? If you all of a sudden do well in business, for example, or do well in school, but then your friends are mad at you or your family is not doing well, then you can't enjoy your success in business. You can't enjoy your success in school. So if you take the time to kind of sit back and look at every area of your life and actually identify what is wrong. Like, why am I unhappy in business? Why am I unhappy in school? Why am I unhappy in this relationship? And then identify what would actually make me happy. What truly will make you happy? Don't limit yourself anymore, okay? Don't limit yourself. So this, you don't have to share it with us. You don't have to share it with anyone. What actually will make you happy? Do you want to go to an Ivy League? Do you want to not go to college? Do you want to just focus on, do you want an e-com business? Do you want a brick and mortar business? Do you want to open up your own practice? What do you really want? What will make you happy? Do you want to get married, or do you want a lifelong partner? Do you want a polyamorous relationship? What do you really want? Oh, thank you. What do you really want? Okay? And then when you identify what is wrong and what you really want, then you can work on the middle. You have a direct path to what you want. So you know where you are now and you know where you want to be. Now you can really work to identify how to get there. Because I noticed that we always talk about what we don't want. We always talk about what we want, but we don't really write it down. We don't really lay it out on the table. Like we always talk about what we could possibly want, Like when I was trying to hit 10K months, I didn't really want 10K months. I wanted 25K months. So that's why I wasn't excited. But when I was like, you know what? I want 25K months. That's what I want. And once I said, all right, I want that, what do? I got it. I no longer tried to settle. And then you also have to be willing to let go of the things that you're settling for. You got to let go of the good to make room for the great. So I was on TikTok, right? And so I had about 140,000 followers on TikTok. But these followers were from a video about fear. And so that video about fear was about fear of success and failure for people that I work with. I work with leaders and entrepreneurs, right? That are experiencing burnout, ADHD, and they want to take it to the next level. I'm talking about high performers. But that video went viral and it brought a lot of people that wouldn't be my ideal client that I really can't help. I'm not a therapist. And so I decided to post a video. I think most of you found me from that video where I said, hey, this account is actually for millennials and Gen Z entrepreneurs that are trying to hit 6 figures or more. That's it. Nobody else. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's all I want. And so as soon as I posted that video of telling people who I wanted, I lost 300 followers as soon as I posted, because they were like, oh, I'm not that. But then the funniest thing happened. I woke up and I got 10,000 more followers. I said what I truly wanted, and I said who I really wanted to work with. I said, these are my soul aligned clients. And because I said it and I was very clear about what I wanted, it all aligned. I lost some stuff up front, but it's made room for the people I really wanted. Now I feel happy hopping on live to talk to you about building your brain for business. We can have really good questions, you know? Like before I would I don't want to go live because someone's going to ask me my zodiac sign. Someone's going to ask me about astral projection when I'm talking about sales funnels and hitting 10K months. Like that's what I'm talking about. So now I'm actually excited to hop on live because I could talk about things that I want to talk about and work with people that I want. Yeah, so creative entrepreneurs, yes, anyone that has a business, I show you how to build a business that you love and make money how you want to make money. If you don't want to do free consultations, you don't have to do that. If you don't want a website to get your money, you don't need a website. If you don't want to post on social media to make money, you don't have to. We work with your mind to get you in alignment with what you truly want. And when you are in alignment with what you truly want, once you see it, right, you just have to set the GPS. Oh, you can go to my website, forwardinstitute.com, or if you click on TikTok, if you click on the link in my bio, it'll take you to Instagram, and you'll be able to access my website there. It's FWRDinstitute.com, and you'll be able to book or join a group hypnosis session. So go to forwardinstitute.com, FWRDinstitute.com, and so you'll see one-on-one sessions, group hypnosis sessions, and the next boot camp. But, okay, so if you are an entrepreneur, right, and you are trying to hit 6 figures or multiple 6 figures, but you do not want to burn out, you're struggling with your focus, with ADHD or anything, or anxiety or depression or any of that, right? Or your energy's low, or you're worried about what the year is going to bring, you can join me and get your shift together. That is 101. This is where we start from the bottom and we work up. So we'll create that foundation for you to start to build upon. So I'm going to explain what is going on in your brain and how you're going to start to train your brain every day. So it's more focused. I'll be posting, of course, on my channels, but if you want it all in one shot and you want to work with me for 5 days, it's a 5-day boot camp, and we meet up for an hour and we just get deeper. Yes. So with the session or even in the boot camp, you'll leave with a plan and with a focus on what you truly want. So to set yourself up on a path like this for the future in high school, I recommend that you try everything and anything. When you get a nudge or you get an inclination to do something, go for it. Take more risks. You're in high school, take more risks, because when you take those risks, you'll be able to see what works and doesn't work, and you'll have that information and data to make better decisions in the future. Because what the thing is, we look at failure the totally different way. Because if we were robots, for example, we would make a mistake, right? And we would take that data and store it so we could make a better decision in the future, right? But we're not robots, we feel. So we hold on to the sadness or the disappointment with that data, and then we do everything to avoid that feeling again. When we don't realize that if we take that information and that data, we'll never have to feel that way again. Yeah, it definitely did. So, if anything that I want you to take from this live tonight is that you can build a business that you love, and you can make money with your passion if you want it, and you can run your business the way that you run it, and that failure is okay. Failure is feedback. Failure is feedback. So, You need to shift from looking at the success as a ladder, and you need to start looking at success as a journey. Because if you go the wrong way on a trip, you'll backtrack, right? And you'll do a U-turn and go the other way. So you know not to make that turn again. You keep going. Versus trying to climb the ladder, and if you fall, you'll feel like, oh man, what should I do? No. Failure, like success, all of that, you're moving forward. So now if you make the wrong turn, you'll just make a U-turn and keep going. You're not going to just like pull over and just not do anything. You're hungry. You probably want to get some sleep, right? So you're going to keep going. So if you look at failure as a journey, success as a journey versus a ladder, then you'll start to be able to take those hits. Because I pivoted I had 2 businesses before my practice that I didn't want to let go of because I spent so much time on them and I was making money. I was making multiple 6 figures already. So, and someone told me, they're like, how can you make money selling mindset? That's what they just said. I sell mindset. And now in just one business, I made more than I did in 2 business combined because my soul is in this and my energy is in this. Like, I love what I do so much. Like, you know, so people feel that. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that you're joining me. I'm so glad you all are joining me because we need to know, we need to shift it. The more people get on board with this shift, the ripple effect that we can make to release everyone from these chains of hustle life, this chains of not failing. If we teach our kids like to scrape their knees, if we teach our kids to take risks, people will be focused on living versus focused on judging. No problem. I'm happy to share. So it's really about shifting your perspective and how you see everything. Because what hypnosis is, so we both are hypnosis is, I'll bring my little whiteboard out for you guys. Yay, using the whiteboard today. All right, so what does hypnosis, and even hypnosis is a form of brain training. So even if you can't do a session with me and you just follow my account and start training your brain and listening to the videos, this is what's going to happen for you. All right, so we're gonna look at this, right? So we have this like squiggly circle, right? So right now we all see the squiggly circle. But some people would just see that, remain seeing that squiggly circle, doesn't see anything from it. But when you shift your perspective to see the possibilities, that squiggly circle all of a sudden you see a heart in the middle of the squiggly circle. You start to see opportunities versus obstacles. When something doesn't go your way, you start to look for other ways to make it go your way. Because people that succeed are really people that don't give up. Every person, like you see Cardi B, Nas, Little Nas, these people, Meg Thee Stallion, all these people that just keep going until it hits. There's some people that it happens, takes longer than most, but if you keep going, you're bound to succeed. If you keep going, and if it's something that you truly, truly want to do, success is inevitable. So that is the third thing. So 1, you can build a business your way and how you could get money the way you want to get money. 2, failure is feedback. Okay? 3, success is a journey not a ladder. Okay? And then 4, success is inevitable. Look at Doja Cat. She was writing, and Lizzo, like she was writing songs, doing all this stuff until she finally went viral for a song she was just playing around with, Moo. Now, if she didn't love what she did, she would never wrote Moo, right? If she didn't love what she did, and she would never just messed around and wrote a random song. So, so you have to prepare for the success that you expect. So you're working now, make sure you prepare for it. Because if you go viral today, when people go to your account, will they see that you're ready for business, that you're open for business? So prepare for it, expect it, and it will come. I promise you. I've done this. I've built 3 6-figure businesses so far. I do the same thing each time. And then I've seen over 200 clients do the same thing too. And it's in different, your niche doesn't matter. Your type of business doesn't matter. Your demographic, your skin color, nothing matters, because it's all linked to your mind. It's all linked to you. Even clients I have hit their first million during a pandemic. Everyone was like, it was like, oh my God, let me just shutter. Let me just lay down. My clients were like, okay, so I can't run this live event. What else can I do? So they ended up running a virtual event, and they got more money because now people don't have to fly in and more people can make it. So it's like, if they just said, all right, I'll just not do anything for it, they would never hit the 7 figures. And it's just like, you have to start looking at everything differently. And I know it's really about unlearning everything that we're taught. And what you're thinking now and what I'm saying to you, it might hit, or you might still have in the back of your mind, like, I don't know, maybe just work for her because she has high cheekbones. That's it. I don't know. Like, but no, this is something that we all were taught. This is all something that we've been programmed. If you look at yourself when you were 2 or 3 years old, no one could tell you anything, right? You were running amok. You were doing whatever you wanted. You're about that life. And then you go to preschool and you start to get trained on, this is nap time. This is bathroom time. This is lunch time. You have to play this time. You have to play with this. You can only do this. Girls do that. Boys do that. You do this. You do that. You play with that person because they do this. So all these rules start to come in place, and they get, thank you, they get stacked on. And so now the person you are now is just this set of rules, a foundation of rules. So now it's time to push that foundation over and start building the new foundation of what you want. So you can start to create your own rules on how life is supposed to be. You can create your own rules on how business is supposed to be. Okay? And this is not spiritual bypassing. This is not dream or fantasizing behavior. I'm a Black woman in America, so I'm not over here like trying to be magical or not keep you out of touch with reality. I'm trying to teach you how to bend reality with your brain, create a business and life that you want. And it all starts in the mind. If everything happens in the mind first, if you can see it in your mind, you will eventually see it in reality. And during this time, this new era, the way that the energy of the planet is going, whew. Yeah, it's ingrained in us, but guess what? You were not born like this. We were not born thinking like this. So that means we can unlearn it. We learned all of this programming. We learned all these rules and limitation, right? So now we can unlearn the rules and limitations. And I'm going to teach you how. That's what I'm here for. I did it. I had over 200 clients do it. And now I'm going to teach you. And if you're wondering why I'm teaching you, because my goal is really to help, before I leave this planet, I want to help millions of people get to this level. That's it. So that's my motivation. So why I post every day, why I run this practice. Within my practice, I plan on having 4,400 people work with me and get to the other level, and then help millions of people for free. So it's like, now you need to, and really I'm just teaching you and giving you the tools that you can use to start unlearning, to de-hypnotize yourself. So when people first discover my account or discover I'm a hypnotherapist, they're like, oh, I'm scared of hypnosis. I'm scared of brainwashing. Okay. So you don't realize that we've been brainwashed this whole time? We've been brainwashed since we started preschool. So what I'm doing is showing you how to de-hypnotize yourself. I should put like I'm a de-hypnotist, because I'm a de-hypnotherapist, because I'm teaching you how to get rid of the programming why it's like we're alive and you're young and you probably have clear skin. So why are you sad? Because it's like we're made to feel like we need to add to ourselves. And also, I want to teach you, I'm teaching you how to shed. You're not doing personal development. We're doing self-actualization. I'm not into personal development because I believe that you were born perfect already. And then we are given these challenges and all this stuff. Oh, hey, Bianca. Hey, Ever. So all this stuff, we need to shed it. And the thing is, that's your challenge for the rest of your life. Now that you know, do you accept the challenge? Do you accept this challenge? Because life is about to get really interesting. If you're bored, you're not about to be bored anymore. So do you accept this challenge to start de-hypnotizing yourself? All right. Do y'all accept the challenge on Instagram to start de-hypnotizing yourself? And start healing and start revealing your true self and shedding all this stuff? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but you're not going to be bored anymore. If you're bored, you're not going to be bored anymore. For sure. Yes. Clean off the mud, clean off get rid of all that stuff and go back to center you and really find out who you are and meet yourself. Are you ready to meet the real you? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but it's not boring though. At least a little razzle dazzle in your life now, right? You're like, ooh, fun, unraveling my trauma. It's like, but it's like when you have like a random hair and then you pluck it and it's like, ugh, okay, that release of clearing. It doesn't feel that good, but it's a release. And so that's what we're going to do. So now I need you to be more interactive with me. I need you to post and tell me what you have blocks in, what you need help with. So I make sure that I record those videos or I share that information with you. Little razzle dazzle there. Because I'm at the point now, I realize that I have unconscious competence. So I've been doing this work for about 4 or 5 years now. So I'm at the point where I'm a little bit farther from beginners or people getting started. So I need you to tell me what you need to know or what you don't know, so then I can tell you. So this way, because I realize I start using certain language or I say certain things and people are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm talking about decentralizing and the marginalized. And they're like, what are you saying? So I need to I need your input to tell me what you need to know. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I won't sing, I promise. So like, yeah, so overcoming self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay. And so I just posted 2 videos on TikTok in direction. I want a business that I have no experience or knowledge in. So basically I'm sure you have some knowledge. So you know the direction you have to go to. So you need to get the knowledge, and then you need to get the experience. So the first step is, what do you need to learn? What's the first step in acquiring the knowledge? And when you acquire the knowledge, then you'll have the opportunity to get that experience in that business. So someone on TikTok asked the question, they need a sense of direction. So it's like, how do they start a business that they have no knowledge or experience in? So the first step is acquiring the knowledge. And the first step in acquiring the knowledge is, what do you need to learn first to get started? And then you say, what do I need to learn next? And take your time. The thing is, we put the stress on ourselves on, I need to start this business in 30 days. Do you really? You don't. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. Yeah. The self-healer circle. So you currently have a business and you're not sure about what to say or post. So in terms of creating content and posting things, so just like I asked you this question, where are your blocks? That's a question that you can ask yourself or ask your audience. How can I help? That's one. And if you don't have an audience to ask, think about where you were before you started. What did I wish I knew when I started? And start to share that information. And that's going to attract more people that resonate with your work. Yes, take your time. So when you take your time, you see the bigger picture and where you want to be, all right? So you have that in mind, so you know where you want to land. Now come back here and look at what's the first step I need to take to get there. Remember, success is a journey. You're not climbing, you're taking this journey. So what's the first right you need to make? What's the first left? Do you need to make a left, or you need to make a right, or do you go straight? So answer that question. And then after you make that right, what's the next? Where do you need to go? So take your time. Recalibrate it energetically, then feeling like you're in a new direction. What do you mean by that? Like, do you get a sign or something that you need to be doing something else and you get distracted? Because as someone that was diagnosed with ADHD and as a generator, I can understand getting mixed signals on where you should go and what you should do. So that's why it's very important that you always take a moment to see where you want to go, right? And to check now if you are headed in that right direction. Because we're going to get a lot of signals, a lot of distractions. So it's always good to check where you want to go and where you are now to make sure that you're on the right. Check the map. Check your internal map. What if having a very specific niche feels annoying, but every business person says you should have one? So, same on niche. So, I don't... yeah, it's like fun times, right? So, I don't really have a niche. I don't see myself as having a niche. I have a mission, and my mission is to help high performers like myself who have been diagnosed with ADHD, have been experienced burnout, anxiety, and depression. So my mission is to help them push past those so-called limitations, get back their power and their control so they can rise and hit the goals that they want. So you may have a block with getting a niche because you need to get clear on your mission. So I work with people too that are solopreneurs. So you are starting this business because you want to make a certain group of people's lives a little better, easier, prettier, inspiring. That's the goal of your business, to make life easier for a group of people. So who's that group of people? And how do you make their lives easier? So you identify the group of people you want to help. So you want to start a jewelry business, stainless steel, if someone knows it or not. So why do you want to start a jewelry business? You want to create affordable designs for people that want cute designs but that are affordable? Do you want the jewelry to represent something? Is it mystical, spiritual jewelry? Or is it just fun, poppy jewelry you could wear at home, jewelry you could wear to go out? Start to think about whose life you want to impact with your business. Because it doesn't have to be like you have to be a coach or anything. Like, why are you starting? Why do you create art? So I have a client, right, who's an artist. And she was struggling with posting on Instagram. So the way I presented creating content for Instagram as an artist is, when you create your art, who are you creating it for? And she says she creates it based on a feeling. So when someone looks at her art, they feel a certain way. So when you post on Instagram, TikTok, or anything, someone's going to feel a certain way when they look at your post. How do you want that person to feel? Do you want them to feel inspired? Do you want them to feel like, oh, that's the information I needed? Do you want them to know like, oh yeah, she has that available? So you think about when you post, you think about your business, who are you impacting and how? So that really takes it out of you, because the reason why you're getting blocked or you're getting, you feel a wall coming, is because you need to change your perspective, because you're looking at it like this versus like this from up here. So take a minute to come out from here and look at yourself and look at your ideal person. And you're welcome. So, oh, thank you. So yeah, so when you look at your business, you look at your life, everything, and don't try to separate it. It makes life so much easier. And then also, when you're clear on what you want and what you expect, it makes it easier to say no to things that don't align. So this includes people, relationships, clients, everything. Because a lot of times, if you're feeling burnout now, you've been saying yes to things that you really want to say no to. Or you feel like you can't say no to. And so that is what's creating the burnout. Because burnout hits you emotionally, mentally, before it hits you physically. So you've been saying yes to things that subconsciously you want to say no to, and that's creating friction, and that's what's creating your burnout. And if you are someone like me that was diagnosed with ADHD and you're struggling with focusing, you have to ask yourself, how are you eating? How are you sleeping? And is your environment conducive to the success that you want? So you need to start to really go within and start really taking care of yourself and being clear about what you accept and don't accept into your orbit and your environment. Because that right there, those two things, yeah, that made such a huge difference in managing ADHD. So, and then really knowing what you need in a day. So for me, I have my whiteboard, I have alarms, I have my notebook, I have Post-its, I have calendar set, so I know. And then I also I block time. So if I know I knew I was going to go live today, on Monday. So I mentally prepared for it. So that gave me the time. So when people invite me out, you need to invite me out 48 hours. Like, I'm not the type to be like, hey, when I see movies and stuff and people are like, I'll meet you downtown. And I'm like, I need a week to prepare. I don't know how people just like get up and go downtown. Like, what is that? Like, that would stress me out. Like, like if we're going to go on a trip, you need to give me a month. Like, I can't, like, you're like, if you're like, let's get away, I will freaking fall apart. I'm like, I need to, can we move the entire house if we're going to go away for the weekend? So, so I know how my brain works. So you start to create your own brain guide, your brain manual, because we're not born with brain manuals. So you start to create yours. So you start to set those rules for yourself. So people know not to call me without sending me a text first. You know, people know that I prefer text over FaceTime, all that stuff. People that want to do business with me or work with me, they know I don't do, they know that I don't do consultation calls or discovery. So no, I no longer take medication for ADHD. And I no longer take birth control either. But I do take CBD right before I go to sleep. I create a ritual or a routine. So I have CBD with the sleepy time tea. So I'm able to go to sleep. And I use I do a hypnosis or meditation in the morning to reset. So yeah, don't come over unannounced. But before you do anything, if you are currently on medication, please consult your physician or your mental health provider before you do anything. Yes, lifestyle changes and dietary changes really make a difference in terms of replacing medication. Because that's why I realized that a lot of the stuff I was using, because the thing is, most of the things that we have in the medical community or medication stuff, they're like crutches, mental crutches. And after a while, we're supposed to get off of them. So you're supposed to actually get off medication. You're supposed to start to go to therapy or get a help provider or do the work internally so that you can get off the crutch. So, but we're not really presented that way, so we stay on it. So with doing that and doing the work and training my brain, working with affirmations, working with meditations, hypnosis, that is what really led to my business success, and healing my inner child and all that work. And then healing physically as well, because your brain is the central, it's the command system. So you can't just, do spiritual twerking and then feel like you healed your inner child. You have to you got to get to the root of the problem. And then when you get to the root of the problem, it then trickles down all of that. Oh yeah. So it's really just doing the work and focusing on that. But I wanted to just hop on here to give you a quick start. So check out the videos that I posted on TikTok. I just posted 3 in a row. One is part 1 of getting. Oops, my phone is dying. So it's part 1, and then part 2 I just posted about to show you why you haven't been able to hit any of your goals. And then tomorrow I'm going to go into identifying your limiting beliefs. I'll share a list of books as well, but for me, I focus on books for entrepreneurs. So the books I'm going to share are things that help you build a better brain for business. So that's what my account is focused on. My account isn't really it's not a spiritual account, and it's not a therapy account. It's for high performers that are attempting to build 6-figure or 7-figure businesses this year. Sorry to anybody else. So if you are a millennial entrepreneur or soon to be entrepreneur and you want to build a better brain for business, this is the account for you. I'll be sharing books on that particular subject this weekend, but that's what I focus on. And all right, so that is it for tonight. Just wanted to introduce myself to anyone that was new to following me, and to give you an idea of what I'll be posting on this account. Yay, awesome. All right, everyone, I will check you later. So check those videos out, and then check the link in my bio. I have the Get Your Shift Together guide to get you started on walking through everything. If you need something, if you weren't able to take notes for this, also, if you follow me on TikTok, but you are just hopping on, I'm going to make this replay available on Instagram because I'm on live on Instagram as well. So this session will be available on Instagram to rewatch, and you could click the link in my bio to get the free guide to get started. And then you'll get an invitation to join me for 5 days on Get Your Shift Together. It's 5-day boot camp where we get started on really building this better business brain. And I'll teach you self-hypnosis. So self-hypnosis, if you can't book a one-on-one session with me or join a group hypnosis session, I'll teach you how to hypnotize yourself in the boot camp. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm on Clubhouse, but I probably won't actually do anything until maybe like the summer. But you can find me at Juliet C Obodo as well. All right, bye everyone.